great. All right, welcome and good morning, everybody. Happy winter solstice. My name is Monica Buckley. I am happy to welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Pottstown, where we have been a warm and welcoming community since 1967. Worship is our shared Unitarian Universalist practice of exploring, connecting to, and creating the ways that our individual lives fit into a larger whole. Here at UUFP, our mission is to nurture spiritual journeys, embrace diversity, celebrate community, and turn our UU values into action. So no matter who you are, where you are from, how old you are, what you look like, who you love, we are very glad you're here with us this morning. So before we move on to our time for announcements, I'd like to acknowledge Rick Dusky, who's doing our technology, Kate Price, who will be playing the piano today, and Valerie and some of the kiddos are going to be doing just the kids. Oh, just the kids are going to be doing the story for all ages. So that's really cool. And Diane, Awenydd Evans, who will be our main speaker. So with that, do we have any announcements today?
Good morning. I just want to announce, and hopefully this will be good news for everyone, that I am extending the raffle through the third Sunday in January, the next potluck day. Just between not having service last week and everything, I just want to give people more time to buy the tickets and see all the stuff, especially since a couple new things have been added to the table. So I will be selling tickets today. And then the first few Sundays in January, they are 5 tickets for $10 or 12 tickets for $20. You get 2 bonus tickets if you spend 20.
Good morning, I'm Sam. Have 3 announcements. I'll be very brief. I need to correct a couple of statements I made 2 Sundays ago. Irene is not the chair of the worship committee. Mary Ryan remains chair of the worship committee. And Irene is the coordinator for the speakers that she does. I also misspoke when I said apparently that I was the only one filling out the comments about the services. So I wanted to correct that. And the good thing is I have all the shades up in the Embers and Flames classrooms. They are cordless. There you pull down and push up as I showed Vicky, right? Good. The one in that's the Flames or the Embers? Embers classroom. It's mounted inside the window. The guy at Lowe's cut it just a little, didn't cut it narrow enough, so you have to pull it out to pull it down and push it up. Otherwise it gets stuck in the frame. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I missed everyone over the last few weeks, and you had a nice peaceful snow day. But today I come with you with an announcement. Tonight, the Social Action Committee at UUFP, we are doing a homeless memorial service at 7 p.m. I think most of you have received an email. Many of you have RSVP'd. I think we're expecting just short of 10 people. So if you can make it tonight, it's at 7 p.m. It is at Christ Episcopal Church at 316 East High Street. I know Monica and I are attending, as well as several of members and friends. So please join us. That'll be a great way to commemorate the lives lost, especially now when it's called to homelessness, as well as to have a nice communal dinner with a fellow and like-minded congregation. So I hope to see you all there tonight. Thank you so much.
They're asking for $10 gift card donations too. They're going to pass them out to local people.
If you do show up, if you can bring a $10 donation card, that'd be really cool.
Like Walmart, McDonald's.
They are looking for more like local restaurants because, of course, we are prioritizing, for them to be fed and for basic needs to be met. So they especially mention things like, inexpensive local restaurants like fast food, Wawa, convenience stores, things like that. Dunkin' would be another option. Just something to keep the homeless population warm and their basic needs met as much as possible. So thank you, guys. I hope to see you all tonight.
Nope, go ahead.
Hi, I'm CJ. On January 1st will be our annual Labyrinth Walk. This one will have particular significance. Sally Martin, who is the one who made arrangements for us to get the Labyrinth and who has been running the Labyrinth for many, many years, is unfortunately in the hospital. And I'll talk about that later when I do sorry joys and concerns, but because she won't be here, we'll be doing it ourselves. But it should be really good. It's from forgot one,
11.
11 to 4, 11 to 4. So please come, and if you've never been to a labyrinth, don't worry about it. I will tell you exactly what it is you need to do.
I'm Mary, and Wednesday night, right, that's Christmas Eve. Please come and join us for, I call it the Christmas Eve at the UUFP, at our UUFP home. We'll have cookies and hot chocolate and read some stories and maybe hear other stories. So please come and join us.
Okay, there's also no service on the 28th, but the church will be open and people are gonna be coming to play games and things like that, so if you would like to come, please come, there's just not gonna be anything, technically, no service. Also, we have Family Game Day on Friday the 2nd, there's a sign-up sheet on the bulletin board right outside of this wall here. Please sign up, it's gonna be like fun and games, like 6 to 9 o'clock, should be a lot of fun. Then also, at the end of January, so normally we have a board retreat that happens in February every year, and we basically use that time to plan for the following year. So in order to prepare for that, we're gonna have a town hall on the 25th of January, which will be right after service for about 45 minutes. We're basically gonna talk about some of the things that we've accomplished so far this year, some of the things that the different committees have done this year, and then we're gonna have an exercise where we do like a stop doing this, start doing this, continue doing this. And then there will also be like a anonymous survey that you can fill out as well if you want to. But it's gonna help us plan for the coming year. So we hope to see you there. Friends can also come. It's not just for members. All right, anybody else? Lots and lots of announcements today. Okay, cool. We have an elf helper up here. All right, so our opening words are A Home, A Winter Blessing by Rebecca Ann Parker. In the shadow quiet of winter's light, earth speaks softly of her longing, because the wild places are in tears. Come, she cries to us, kneel down here on the frosty grass and feel the prayer buried in the ground. Bend your ear to my heart and listen hard. Love this world, she whispers, distill peace from the snow, the water, the cities with mercy. Weave wonder from the forest and clothe grief with beauty. Rest in the rhythm of the turning year, race the bending arc, rounding the curve toward justice, and vow anew to do no harm. The winter trees stand watch, haloed in the last gleams of the slanting sun. Glory sings here, heaven echoes the call, repeat the sounding joy, make your life an answer, bow and praise. Rise. Okay, so our chalice lighting today. Do you want to try and light the chalice? All right. I'm gonna help this on. But I'm gonna sound really loud. All right, so. All right, we light this chalice here in the darkness of winter as we wait. All right, this temporary. Okay, I'm sorry. We light this chalice here in the darkness of winter as we wait. This temporary space is one filled with prayers to be answered, love to be given and received, miracles to be witnessed. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning in celebration of the life we share together. May this light guide us until the light of the sun returns again. And now our opening hymn is the Winter Solstice Chant, number 1063. gonna invite the kiddos up to do their presentation. Oh, it's all right there. Oh, I don't know. Wow. Yeah. Okay. We have the elephant on the shelf, a Christmas tradition book, and I'm gonna be reading. Have you ever wondered how Santa could know if you're naughty or nice each year as you grow? For hundreds of years, it's been a big secret, but now it can be shared if you promise to keep it. At holiday time, Santa sends me to you. I watch and report on all that you do. My job's an assignment from Santa himself. I am his helper, a friendly scout elf. The first time I come to the place you call home, you quickly must give me a name of my own. Once you are finished, my mission can start. What will you call me? Sparkle or Heart? Will it be Fado, Critter, or Pie? Frisbee's cute, but you must decide. I don't know what. Each night while you're sleeping to Santa, I'll fly to the North Pole right through the dark sky. Of course, Christmas magic helps me to be quick. I laugh with my friends and report to Saint Nick. I tell them if you have been good or been bad, the news of the day what makes it happy or sad. A push or a shove, I'll report to the boss. But small acts of kindness will not be lost. The car at the park or even at school, the word will get out if you broke a rule. I'll be back at your home before you awake, and then you must find the new spot I will take. You'll jump out of bed and come running and see who'll be the first to spy the little man. Maybe the kitchen, the bathroom, or den is where you'll find me, your special elf friend. I can hide on a plant, a shelf, or a frame. Where will I be? Make it a game. There's one only rule that you have to follow, so I will come back and be here tomorrow. Please do not touch me, my magic might go, and Santa won't hear on all I've seen or I know. I won't get to tell him that you said your prayers or helped bake cookies or cleaned off the stairs. How will he know how good you have been? He might start to think you forgot about him. I can't speak to you, so says Santa Claus. All of us elves must follow his laws. I'll listen to I'll listen to you. Tell me your wishes. Would you like a game or some tiny toy dishes?
The gleam in my eye and my bright little smile shows you I'm listening and nobody can file. The final decision was Santa now rests. What do you think? Will you get your request? The night before Christmas, my job doesn't end. The rest of the year with Santa I'll spend. So blow me a kiss and bid me farewell. I'll fly away when I hear Santa's bell. Of course I will miss you, but wait till next year. When the holidays come, I'll again reappear. Until then, I wish every girl and each boy a Christmas of peace and a year full of joy. The end.
Okay, so now we're gonna do our offering. Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. So I thank you for helping us keep the lights on, and I'm going to invite Diane to come up and lead us in meditation.
Grateful for my very tall friend. Hold on. Okay, I take this. And make sure I'm not falling off the back of the little stool. But I need his stool in order to see you. Because I'm not as tall as my friend. Okay. We're gonna sing a meditation hymn. Big surprise is gonna be meditation on breathing. Which I think y'all know by now. But first I want to read one of my favorite poems by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in your soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale, heard and sore must be the storm that could abash a little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb from me. We're going to sing meditation on breathing, and then I'm going to bring the chime and give you all a few moments to sit quiet.
I play it through one time, just so.
Sure. Makes you happy. We're gonna take a few moments in silent meditation. I'm gonna tell you a story. And I want you to try to place yourself in the story. Okay. So in the world, there's become a tragedy. There's this giant rift in the sky from which pours all manner of evil, all manner of terror, all manner of horror. And the people, good faith, good conscience, do everything they can. They struggle and they fight and they suffer. But eventually they find a way and they manage to close the rift in the sky. And you're celebrating. There's a whole crowd of people celebrating your success in closing the rift, in preventing any more evil or terror or horror to come into the world. And in the midst of this awesome celebration, an army of evil attacks. And everyone's screaming, terrified. People are dying. People are suffering. And so you flee. Everyone who survives flees, but they flee into the mountains, into a mountain pass that's really only passable in summer, but it's the middle of winter. And there's a blizzard, and everyone starts to despair. They're afraid, they're weary, they're tired, they don't have any hope left. But in the midst of this long, cold, brightening night, you hear a voice singing beautiful music, sad, but beautiful. And these are the words you hear. Shadows fall and hope has fled. Steel your heart, the dawn will come. The night is long and the path is dark, but look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will come. The shepherd's lost and his home is far. Keep to the stars, the dawn will come. The night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will come. Bear your blade and raise it high. Stand your ground. The night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will come. That actually comes from a video game called Dragon Age Inquisition. And it's part of the story. The artwork is beautiful. I don't play video games, but my partner does.
And he was playing it, I was enjoying watching the story and watching the artwork. And we came to this scene and that song was so beautiful. So I downloaded it into my phone, so I played it for myself when I feel the need to. And it really is beautifully done. The songwriter is Trevor Morris, and he wrote it in 2014. So if anybody wants the info, I have it, and I'll play it for you on my phone if you like. And I know that the first hymn we sang this morning was a little bit strange, right? It's not something that we normally sing because it's about the dark. Now, this past Friday was not only the dark of the moon, but the moon is as far away from Earth as it gets, and I can't remember the word for it because is it apogee? Okay, because perigee is one of the closest, right? The full moons are at perigee for the last 3 months, but the dark moon on Friday night was at apogee. So it's really dark. Today we will have 9 hours and 19 minutes of sunlight, which means we're going to have 14 hours and 41 minutes of darkness tonight. Tonight is the longest night. Today is the shortest day. And winter begins. And when it's dark out, it's hard to be hopeful, right? And Lord knows that the situation in the world right now, with wars going on and with our current situation, which I'm not going to dwell on because that just makes me want to cry. It's real easy to slip into despair. But I want to encourage you to not slip into despair. Despair is the enemy. Despair robs us of joy. It robs us of hope. It robs us of love. It robs us of action. It paralyzes us. And nothing will get better if we are paralyzed, if we cannot find our hope or our faith or our joy or our love. So I want to exhort you. I want to tell you, I want to convince you that hope is a necessity. Right? Because without hope, despair is just around the corner and it's really hard to climb out. So I want to talk about where I look for hope. And full disclosure, I am an optimist. I am an optimist by choice. I'm not an optimist by nature, but I choose to be because it makes my life better. It makes it easier to get out of bed every day. It makes it easier to go out and be in the world. It makes it easier to come here on a Sunday and engage with all of you lovely people. It makes it possible for me to enjoy my community and to enjoy nature and to enjoy my personal practice. And those things are necessary for me to be well healthy. They're necessary for me to be happy. They're necessary for me. I'm not going to slide into despair and depression and not come out of my room or get out of my bed for months. So I am an optimist by choice. I choose to see the glass half full. I choose to see the things that I have to be grateful for. Gratitude is a great place to find hope. Faith is a great place to find hope. I find it in the sunrise. Tomorrow the sun will come up. It's going to be a long night, but it will come up. And in March-ish, we will have spring. The spring equinox will be in March, regardless of the weather. But sometime after that, we will actually have spring. And the summer will come again. And then the autumn, and then we'll be back here next year. But knowing that the summer will come again, knowing that the sun will rise tomorrow, knowing that I have a community of people who care, who love, who show their support for each other and for those they don't even know. Right? So those are the places that I find hope. I find them in the beauty of the snow we had earlier in the week. I woke up and the whole world was covered with it, and it was, I mean, it was a pain in the neck for anybody who had to go someplace. But because we canceled service, I didn't have to go anywhere, and I was able to snuggle in bed with my partner and our cats and drink coffee and then eventually hot cocoa and just have a snow day. And it was joyous. And let's face it, the world does look beautiful covered in all that white. So I want to challenge you to think about when things are really dark, when the night is long and the path is dark, where do you look? And do you believe that the dawn will come? Because I say the dawn will come. It may take time. It may take effort. It may take resistance. Definitely takes resilience, but it will come. It will. And if we don't despair, we can find the energy and the hope to keep fighting. And I think that that's a really important thing to keep in mind at this particular time in our life, in our world. This is the darkest I can in my lifetime. And I mean, granted, I've only been around 60 years, but 60 years is a pretty long time. And this is the darkest I've ever experienced the world. But I will choose hope. And I hope you will too. So I want you to think about it. And I would really like to know your thoughts. And where do you find hope? What gives you hope? I have hope because I see all of you who are good, decent people with hearts that are compassionate, who are willing to do work for each other and for the world at large. And I'm grateful for all of the things that I am blessed with. I'm grateful for the beauty of nature and the beauty of my great niece, who is thriving and doing very well. I'm grateful that my father, who had COVID in 21 and was in the hospital for 3 weeks and almost died on us, had it again 3 weeks ago, got over it. And he's still short of breath at times, but he's 84 years old. And his body doesn't work so well. But he got pneumonia. Now we went in hospital, spent the night, 2 nights. Came home, went to see the doctor the other day, and his lungs are completely clear. So just because things look awful doesn't mean that we lose hope. And I know I usually have to like cajole you. Well, not usually a lot, just give you a few minutes to warm up but if you all would come up, because the portable one is broken, or in pieces. If you'd be willing to come up and share, where do you find your hope when yours has been misplaced? Where do you find the thing that perches in your soul and sings the tunes without the words and never stops at all? I'd appreciate hearing from you, because some days I need a little help finding mine. So thank you. Please come up and share your hope.
It's actually been a pretty difficult couple of weeks for me. And I find my hope, believe it or not, in doing Tai Chi, which I've been doing for 30 years. I also find hope in a prayer that I do when I'm when I eat by myself. I don't do it when I'm around other people, but it talks about how thankful I am uh, for the food I eat, of course, but also for my home, for my friends, for my health, and for my freedom. And so for me, hope comes from that gratitude and from the physical stress reducing power of Tai Chi.
I think I find hope in nature, you know, if I'm feeling very down, I just go out, no matter what the weather is, and just book it. The other way is just singing with other people, which is just really makes me feel so much better and light. And which I want to put a plug in for the choir. That's your day when you're singing with other people. That's my tool.
I personally find hope in science and in art that is still tremendous progress. The scientific method is a beautiful thing. It continues to create and discover. I find also great solace in gratitude and finding things to be thankful for. So that in a very dark world, in a very dark time in our country, gives me some basis for hope and joy.
I'm Judy. I actually find hope here at this fellowship. Being a member of a congregation of like-minded people, I know that I can see you every Sunday. We have conversations. When there's darkness, I come here. We just share our thoughts. I love seeing the children come. I'm so happy that we have more families and we have more children and we have the wonderful reading demonstrations and everything. Just, it means that our future generations are going to have the values that we set here, so. And the other thing that gives me joy are my cats. They're basic, you know, they want some scratches, they want food, they want a place to sleep. They're oblivious to all the problems that we are all aware of and nervous about. And when I have a stressful day, I sit and play, or I just watch them zip around the house, and this load of stress just vanishes. So appreciate them too.
Diane, thank you so much for your words of hope at this time of year. I don't know if you remember this, but I put it in the notes in my phone. On March 5th of this year, you said there are 1,417 days left. I have not, but I keep meaning to every time I see this. But the hope is the thing with feathers is, I have a daily meditation book, and when it comes around to that date, I forget which one it is, but it's coming up soon. It's just the first couple lines, but yeah, it sings the song without the words and never stops at all. To me, hope is not, oh, I hope I'll win $1 million, although I would like to, but it's more that faith, that knowing that everything is going to be okay, because in this moment right now, everything's okay. So, thank you.
My name is Stephanie. I used to be a member here about 1 million years ago.
Yeah.
It's good to see y'all too. Maybe over a decade, I'm not sure. Anyway, so for me, the winter is internal time. It's not despair. It's turning inwards and finding my center, which being here today is part of that. Had lost a dog a couple of months ago, and I just adopted a new dog, and we named him Pax. And he's out in the car right now. But so being here with you and connecting with you guys, that's
that's something I'm doing for myself, and I look for gratitude mostly, and I tell people that I never met before that I like the way they look, or I thank people in stores for working and helping me, and I just try to be a little bright spot for people sometimes. So that's all I wanted to share. Thank you.
So a lot of things give us hope, and I think many of you touched on that. And, for me, it's definitely nature. We are looking at Christmas trees right now. They are evergreen. It teaches me that, things move forward, things exist, and things are always there. And so is hope. And snow teaches me peace as I look outside and I see that peaceful nature. I don't think about plowing so much. I think about just being. And that's a wonderful thing. Another thing that brings me a lot of hope is community, us coming together, and also the action piece, like the vigil that we're doing tonight at 7 p.m. Us coming together with common goals, with common motivation, and making a difference in the world. And I think that is really the goal of UUFB, of us as a community. And I think that is actionable hope. That is hope in action. And I thank all of you to allow me to be part of that, because that in essence really allows me to be hopeful for the future, for the state of this country, for the state of this world.
Almost lost my balance. Thank you, everybody who's willing to share. Community is such an important part. Finding hope in others. So I want to put another one more image in your heads. If each of us is a star, let us be a constellation of hope. So those are my thoughts on the necessity of hope, and I appreciate you all sharing where you find hope. We're going to share joys and concerns now before we sing our final hymn. So if anyone has a joy or concern that they wish to share, come up and say your name, and Rick's going to turn off the recording so that these things don't go out over the internet. They're just within this community is how we become a closer knit community, how we get to know each other and share the burden. So thank you for that. We're going to sing another hymn that we never sing, but it's not quite as gloomy as the first one. The first one was gloomy on purpose, right? I was trying to lift you us into the darkness, but now we can put you into the sunlight. So this is number 1066. So it's only 3 more in the Steel Hymnal, and it's O Brother Simon.
words together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of wisdom, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and in our hands until we are together again. So today's potluck Sunday, we not just have coffee, we've got all kinds of goodies and food. So go eat and may your Christmas be blessed. May, I think this is my New Year's, so may your New Year be blessed. And blessed be. Thank you.
Sorry.